இந்த இனிய காலை வேளையில் இங்கு இந்நிகழ்ச்சியை சிறப்பிக்கவும் சிறப்புரையாற்றவும் வந்திருப்பவர்க்கும் இந்நாளின் நிகழ்வுகளில் பங்கெடுக்கவும் வந்திருப்போருக்கும் SME சேம்பர் ஆஃப் இந்தியா சார்பாகவும் SME எக்ஸ்போர்ட் ப்ரமோஷன் கவுன்சில் சார்பாகவும் ஃபெடரேஷன் ஆஃப் இந்தியன் SME அசோசியேஷன் சார்பாகவும் வருக வருக என்று அன்புடன் வரவேற்கிறோம். உங்கள் வருகை மூலம் எங்களை சிறப்பித்தமைக்கு மனமார்ந்த நன்றி.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Dipti Patil and will be hosting today's event. On behalf of SME Chamber of India, SME Export Promotion Council and Federation of Indian SME Association, I welcome all the dignitaries. Mr. Hansraj Verma, CMD, the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation Limited. Mr. S. Krishnan, Additional Chief Secretary, Industries, Government of Tamil Nadu. Mr. V. Arun Roy, Secretary of Government, MSME Department, Tamil Nadu. Mr. Lee Ziobing, Minister of Economics and Commercial Affairs of the People's Republic of China, Chinese Embassy in India, New Delhi. His Excellency, Mr. Oleg N. Evdiv, Consul General of the Russian Federation in Chennai. Sponsors, supporters, entrepreneurs from the various sectors, media representatives, and delegates from manufacturing and SME sector at India Manufacturers and SME Summit, which is focusing on exploring emerging business, exports, and investment opportunities for manufacturing and SME sector. SME Chamber of India has been functioning under the dynamic leadership of founder and president Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe as a premier organization for the last 30 years and putting efforts for the investments of SMEs and manufacturing industries for the business growth, export, promotion, international collaboration, joint ventures, technology transfer, contract manufacturing, and supporting them to explore emerging business opportunities at the national and international markets. The Chamber, under the presidentship of founder Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe, who has been at the forefront of policy change and its implementation, organizing constantly various activities for the benefit of manufacturers, SME, exporters, startups, and young entrepreneurs. On our platform, providing a unique opportunity to connect with the potential business partners to explore emerging businesses. We have been constantly organizing activities for interacting with the heads of various regulatory bodies of government authorities to provide more attention on the SME sector and make available a level playing field to enhance industrial activities in various parts of Tamil Nadu. We are strengthening the SME sector by channelizing banking, finance, investment, private equity, venture capital, external commercials borrowing to enhance their business activities. Shri Salunkhe has taken initiatives and advocated with the concerned authorities for setting up SME Stock Exchange, SME Export Promotion Council, SME Business Management Institute, SME Industrial Parks of India, trade platform to get trade receivables of SME sector, active involvement for change of definition of small-scale industries to micro, small, and medium enterprises, and coordinating with Reserve Bank of India and all banks, including scheduled commercial, private, and foreign banks and various financial institutes to provide timely and affordable bank finance and other financial support services. Now, on behalf of Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe, I express gratitude to the sponsors and supporters for making this event a grand success. Lead sponsor, Gati Express Logistic. Platinum sponsor, Yes Bank. Co-lead sponsor, SME Industrial Parks of India. Associate sponsor, Vivriti Capital, GoTo, Airtel Business, Tata AIA Life Insurance, Urja, Tata Power Solar Proof, Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, industry partner Packaging Industry Association of India. Now, I would like to invite all the dignitaries from the dais to light the lamp for the traditional inauguration of the conference. I request Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe to come forward with the dignitaries. Mr. Hansraj Verma, Mr. S. Krishnan, Mr. V. Arun Roy, Mr. Lee Ziobing, His Excellency Mr. Oleg N. Evdiv, Shri Narendra Kumar Sharma, General Manager, Indian Bank. Mr. Vinit Sukumar, Founder and Managing Director, Vivriddhi Capital Private Limited. Mr. C. Rajendra, Zonal Head, Small Enterprises, Banking, Yes Bank.
स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि
I request Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe to present the flowers to the dignitaries who are gracing this event. Mr. Hansraj Verma, CMD, the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation Limited. Welcome, sir. Mr. V. Arun Roy, Secretary, MSME Department, Government of Tamil Nadu. We welcome you, sir. Mr. Li Xiaobing, Minister of Economics and Commercial Affairs of the People's Republic of China, Chinese Embassy in India, New Delhi. Mr. Narendra Kumar Sharma, General Manager, Indian Bank. We welcome you, sir. Mr. C. Rajendra, Yes Bank. I would like to invite Shri Chandrakant Salunkhe to deliver a welcome and introductory address, as well as to highlight the forthcoming activities and various initiatives for the benefit of the manufacturing and SME sector, especially for Chennai region.
Good morning, friends. Good morning, friends. Tamil Nadu की आवाज़ दिल्ली तक पहुंचनी चाहिए ना. We should send our message to Delhi, because India's growth only depends on the SME sector and manufacturing industries. So on behalf of SME Chamber of India, SME Export Promotion Council and Federation of Indian SME Associations, it's my immense pleasure to welcome Sri Hansraj Vermaji, Sri Mr. Arun Rai, His Excellency, the head of the commercial Republic China of Delhi, Sri Sharma from Indian Bank as a general manager, who is heading the SME division and which is helping the Indian SMEs to get more funding for a better business growth. And friends from media, as well as friends from the industry and other sectors. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you at the very this important activity. Rather, it was decided last 2 months ago, but somehow some hurdles we cannot organize, and many people are sending messages that wait for us, we are on the way. So we will start now, and we will start deliberations, and we can have a interaction with them later on. First of all, thank you, Verma Sahab, for accepting our invitation and inaugurating and giving best wishes as well as your guidance and your blessings for these activities. SME Chamber of India is playing very important role for last 30 years, supporting SMEs for business growth, transformation, export promotion, finding our business partners for investment, export, international trade, as well as we are helping the SMEs and manufacturing industries to identify the partners for the joint venture technology transfer. My organization not only taking the issues and problems and grievances of the government, but we are giving a lot of suggestions. My efforts for the SME sector are very well, and we have done a lot of things for the SMEs. I have taken initiative to initiate the transformation of the SSI to MSME Act. 2002, I invited the Honorable Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji at my program award function. I said, why you want to keep small to small? because that time the SSI was recognized as a small-scale industries. And that time I requested the Honorable Prime Minister that let us change the system, because if we go abroad, if we go international market, they look at as a tiny entrepreneurs, tiny businesses, tiny enterprises. So after that, the transformation made and the MSME Act, implemented by the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh ji. But after that, we realized that our turnover, our investment turnover, investment also is very less than equal to international market. So when I met Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, I said we have to change the system for changing the investment as well as the turnover base. It should not be in the employment base, it's investment turnover base. So the new introduction was there, and ultimately our Indian SMEs are growing, and especially for the banking perspective, because banks are not looking only the credit worthiness, they are looking credibility also. So because of that, our MSME started enhancing the credibility and credit worthiness. So friends, SME sector is playing very important role, but whether they are getting a proper handholding from the government, banking sector or other agencies, that is the most important. We have to focus that how we can compete with the world market. All of you must be aware that during this pandemic, we have learned many things. We have adopted the advanced technology, we have adopted the digital technology, we have adopted the new concept. Sitting at home, rather I was telling that doing business from home. During the one and a half year we were doing the business from home. So that time many entrepreneurs transformed their businesses. They have changed the system, they have changed the ecosystem. So therefore, entrepreneurs from the SME sector play important role, but ultimately they face a lot of problems. One entrepreneur from particularly manufacturing industry said turn out 10 to 50 crore. He's playing more than 42 roles per day. He is an accountant, he is a buyer, he is a planner, he is searching the suppliers, he is interacting with the banker, he is taking care of his accounts also, he is taking care of the banking also. So there are a lot of things. But my friends, particularly for an SME sector, there are plenty of consultants in India. There are best quality entrepreneurs are there. There are best quality chartered accountants are there. HR companies are there. There are companies, in service industry. You can take advantage of that. I'm sure that value addition in your business is most important now. Because if you focus on the productivity, quality, I'm sure you will be enhance your turnover. Because Mr. Sharma is looking at how you are growing 20 to 40%, then they will be able to give you more funding. If you are growing, then government will bring more facilities, more incentives. So friends, we have to play a very important role, and we have to make $5 trillion economy. Politician will not do. But when we will get a level playing field, Verma sir, once you will decide, government officials will decide to give a level playing field, I'm sure the target can be achieved in very short time. In Chinese minister is sitting here, he has seen the world. He has seen the competition in the world. Look at the China's growth from the 1980 onwards. They are focused on the manufacturing. We have to learn some manufacturing development from them, technological development from them, innovation, invention. So we have to adapt, unique ideas, unique concept, advanced technology. That will give you more support and more, development in your business. So friends, we are going to launch here today Tamil Nadu Business Forum. The Tamil Nadu Business Forum is a concept I brought, particularly we do a lot of activities nationally, internationally. You must be attending one BNI meetings or some people, but they are focusing more on the service industry. This Tamil Nadu Business Forum will meet every month, and it will be for a full day program. There will be B2B, B2 business, B2B business, B2C business will be there. Some bankers will come, they will present their product and services, because banks are also struggling to enhance their connectivity with the SMEs. Today there are 7 crore SMEs in India. Just we are talking about 7 crore SMEs are there, but where are they? How many entrepreneurs are registered on the Udyam? Please raise hand. So 50% are registered in Udyam. I think next time when you want to attend, you have to register your Udyam number, then only we will allow you. Is it okay? So all will be registered. So Rai Sahab, don't worry, and send a message to your friends. Send your suppliers, buyers. You have Udyam registered, please come to me and supply or do business with me. Unless until don't take services from there. This is why, because the Udyam registration is most important to get more information to the government. Not for notice for the income tax or notice from the department. But here you are getting benefit because government is planning, central government or state government is planning new policies. When they are sitting for the discussion on the new policy, industrial policy, SME policy, they required information. Suppose in one sector there is a less employment generation, then they will put more addition. If some companies are not growing, why they are not growing? So when the banker is looking to your the turnover, say like from 20 crore to 40 crore, immediately they will say, no, I will give you this rate of interest for you. Now private banks and public sector bank, they are competing with each other. So we have to take advantage of that. Less interest. I'm sometimes when I get up in the morning, I first see the paper. I think today RBI will announce that from tomorrow onwards, 3% rate of interest will be there. Never that day is not coming. So Sharma Sahab, you have to say that we will give you competitive rate of interest for the SME sector. So friends, we are also launching the Women Entrepreneurs Development Council. Today we have a Vijaya. Where is Vijaya? She's outside. Vijaya is appointed as a director for the Tamil Nadu region. So we are also providing the helping hand to the women entrepreneurs from the Tamil Nadu to connect with not only local but a national level. So these are the two initiatives we are launching today, and I'm sure that this will be very useful and very beneficial to the industry and particularly for the SME perspective. So this is an initiative taken by SME Chamber of India. And also we are now exploring the setting up in packaging industrial park in Tamil Nadu. We are looking for partners for the setting up SME industrial park. I have traveled a lot and I have many countries and many industrial park I have visited. I observed that innovation, invention. How many SMEs are doing innovation, invention? They are stuck up with their own problems. So how many SMEs are putting efforts for research, development, designing the product? Because we have to improve our quality. We have to improve our productivity. And SME entrepreneurs always, look at, development, transformation. After this pandemic, many SMEs are transformed, but I suggest every day you should think about development. And SME Chamber of India, we have SME Technology Development Council. Rather, I am getting every month more than at least 50 to 75 inquiries for joint venture, technology transfer and contract manufacturing. Those are capable, we will connect with them. Those are having additional industrial premises, they can contact with us. You want give the message to your friend circle. Because if you have additional industrial premises, we have a joint venture. Because most of the foreign companies, medium-sized companies or SMEs, they are not looking to invest or they are not looking to go for construction. They want to start productivity. Even, sir, we are starting now ready-made industrial premises various places. Even small 2-acre land is there, we will start. Because our entrepreneurs are focusing on productivity, immediate productivity. If it will take 2 to 3 years, then ultimately the new product will come there, and ultimately this our industry will say, no, now we'll change the other product. So therefore, the SME Chamber of India has taken initiative and we will support you. So first of all, I would like to thank you to Sri Krishnan Sahab to coming all the way, and thank you Verma Sahab, Rai Sahab and Sharma ji and Minister Commercial from the Chinese Embassy. Friends, let us take advantage of this conference. Let us take advantage of deliberations. And this is not a one day in conference. This is a continuity. Krishnan Sahab, before you come, I announced that we are starting a Tamil Nadu Business Forum. The Tamil Nadu Business Forum will be every month, which will be activity. So we will give opportunity to local entrepreneurs to meet the national entrepreneurs. Even we are going to announce internationally, because sometimes some delegations are coming. On that date we are finalizing. So this will be a good opportunity to entrepreneurs to exchange their business information, the business idea, and your product and services. With this, I am thankful to all the sponsors, thankful to the government officials for participating in today's event, and special thanks to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Hans Raj Verma, CMD, the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation, to give the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
President SME Chamber, Shri Chandrakant Salunke, my colleagues in the Tamil Nadu Civil Service, the Secretary Industries, the Secretary MSME Department, His Excellency, the Minister for Commerce and External Affairs, Embassy of China, K. Sharma, GM Indian Bank, distinguished delegates and friends. It's an honor and privilege to be part of the deliberations, and the fact that the SME Chamber has chosen Chennai as its venue points to the prowess of Tamil Nadu as the hub of MSMEs. Friends, we are 3 officers from the government of Tamil Nadu. Secretary Industries, Secretary MSME will give the perspective of the government from the policy perspective view. I'll give a perspective from the operational point of view as the CEO of the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation, which is India's second oldest DFI, formed in 1949, much before the State Finance Corporation Act came into being in 1951. Our founding chairman went on to become India's first finance minister, late through Shanmugha Chetty. So I'll give 2 perspectives, one as the CEO of the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation, and second as the president of COSI DC. COSI DC is the federation of the state finance corporations and the state industrial investment corporations. It's a 56-member strong body. It's got all India perspective, and you deal across the states on various issues pertaining to the state finance corporations and in turn with the MSMEs. TIC has got 2 guiding principles. One is the clarion call of the Honorable Prime Minister of India to make India Atmanirbhar, make India self-reliant. And second is the visionary call of the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu to make Tamil Nadu a 1 trillion economy by 2030. With these 2 guiding principles, how should we engage the MSME sector? Friends, this is India's century. India is poised to emerge as the manufacturing hub of the world to take advantage of the China Plus strategy, to take advantage of the current geopolitical trends and developments. But are we ready? Today, the share of manufacturing in our GDP is just about 16-17%. Ideally, it should be 25% for a developed nation. So how do we take this jump? In enhancing this jump of share of manufacturing in the GDP, the MSME sector will play a very, very crucial role. Is our MSME sector ready to take this jump? I'll point out a few trends which we'll need to negotiate. First, we need to upgrade our technology. We need to stay relevant, be competitive on the world stage, for which we have to proactively embrace Industry 4.0. I'll tell you a few illustrations how TIC is engaging the MSME sector in Tamil Nadu in enabling them to onboard Industry 4.0. There were 4 revolutions. The first was the steam revolution, second was the electricity revolution, third the computer revolution, and fourth is Industry 4.0. India, its manufacturing sector, the MSMEs, cannot afford to miss out on this revolution. We have to be very, very proactive in our engagement with all the stakeholders connected to the revolution. Industry 4.0 has got 9 subsegments. Additive manufacturing is just one of them. Cyber security, automation, big data analytics are the other components. It's a very simple cyber physical interface to enhance our productivity and efficiency. If we have to be relevant and be part of the global competitive supply chains, then the MSMEs have to onboard Industry 4.0. Now, what has TIC done? TIC has entered into MOU with the renowned Engineering College of Tamil Nadu, the VIT, Vellore. We have partnership with them in which we will expose, sensitize and educate our champion MSMEs start in the initial phase to see what is Industry 4.0, how they can come on board of that. And once they have taken note of that, become sensitive to that, they'll spread the message. It's a long drawn process, but we have to start now. And as the president of COCDC, there's the message I give across all the state federations that MSMEs have to onboard Industry 4.0. The second is, how do we create jobs for our youth? The biggest challenge for a nation today is creating jobs that meet the aspirations of the youth. Our median age is 30. The median age of US, China is 40. Europe is 45. Japan is 50. This demographic advantage which India has got, we must capitalize. But we must skill the youth, the right level of skills, to make them important stakeholders and partners in manufacturing sector. So all these stakeholders, right from the skilling, the MSME ministry, have to come on board in imparting the right level of skills to the youth and getting on board with the latest skills for the manufacturing sector. It's imperative for all of us to come together to create those jobs that meet the aspirations of the youth. The third is ESG. India has committed to net zero by 2070. Each step, however small, will contribute this goal. The first indication of green growth is your energy efficiency, the quantum of energy used for per capita of output. Using Industry 4.0, we can monitor our energy usage, usage of the raw materials, usage of lubricants, and all other ingredients that go in the production system. We have to enhance our efficiencies, productivity across the sector. Unless we become compliant with ESG, we'll have challenges in the export and being part of the global supply chains. So friends, Industry 4.0, jobs for the youth, ESG are some of the trends which we must negotiate. Now coming to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is India's thought leader. What Tamil Nadu does today, the rest of India follows. The ecosystem for MSME sector, for industrial development, is the best in Tamil Nadu. Your per capita output, throughput of your capital, the best, the highest you will get in Tamil Nadu. So I encourage, I request MSMEs across India, please set up your bases here also, apart from your bases in your home states. The clusters we have got in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Hosur, Coimbatore, unmatched ecosystems. And the ecosystem is there. It's the right place for you to invest. Tamil Nadu will emerge as the leading destination for defense manufacturing. It's a matter of great pride that this Republic Day parade, only made in India, defense equipment were displayed on the Republic Day parade. The geopolitical necessities of today's modern world point very clearly for any nation that if you want to be self-sufficient of defense needs, you have to make them locally. And Tamil Nadu has got the right mix of the MSMEs, the right mix of technical and engineering prowess to match the requirements of the defense forces. Defense manufacturing will be another big area of investment in Tamil Nadu days to come. So MSMEs across India, please leverage the ideal ecosystem, the visual leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu to invest in Tamil Nadu, take along with its sister agencies and the Institute Department, guidance, SIPCOT, SIDCO will handhold you. We will provide the right kind of support systems for you to ensure that your investments yield you the maximum possible gains, the maximum outputs. I thank the organizers for giving this opportunity and enabling us to use this platform for positioning Tamil Nadu as the MSME hub, the ideal place for investments and the industrial development. Tamil Nadu, India's growth engine. Tamil Nadu will lead the way in the days to come. And the proactive leadership, the proactive bureaucracy of Tamil Nadu will facilitate you
Thank you, sir.
all the way.
May I
Thank
call
you.
upon Mr. V. Arun Roy, Secretary to Government, MSME Department, Tamil Nadu, to address us.
A very special thanks to Mr. Chandrakant Salunke, who I'm sure is the driving force behind this initiative. It's very heartening to hear that today the three associations jointly are going to launch a Tamil Nadu Business Forum and a Women Entrepreneurs Forum as well. This is a very opportune time for such an initiative. As far as MSMEs is concerned, though we can say that we have recovered from the economic impact of COVID, we are going through a very uncertain time. There is high inflation, high input costs, which is translating into lesser margins. Our export market is facing a recession, and there are structural issues like fast-changing technology, which our MSMEs are struggling to adopt. Some businesses are becoming irrelevant, or there is imminent danger of some of the businesses becoming irrelevant. So there is a lot of uncertainty which is going on in the sector, and at this point, it is necessary that the business associations and governments work very closely together to help our MSMEs. I'll use this opportunity to leave a few pointers to the associations and the entrepreneurs who have come here on how we can all work together. Tamil Nadu government has both the industries and the MSME departments of Tamil Nadu government has a long tradition of working with industry associations, continuously taking feedback from industry associations to launch new schemes or tweak existing schemes or improve our performance. A few ways all of you, the associations and the entrepreneurs can help us. That's what I would like to mention now. First is in the area of subsidies. Tamil Nadu is probably the state which spends the highest on subsidies for the MSME sector. Our subsidy bill for the MSME sector would be over 600 crores a year. And many of the schemes like capital subsidy, subsidy for first generation entrepreneurs, for energy saving measures, for patents, certification and so on, are quite innovative and is a model for the rest of the country. But we do find that some problems. For example, we don't get enough applications for some of the very, what we consider very relevant subsidies, like subsidies for quality certification or energy savings. And I'm sure it is because there is not enough awareness among the entrepreneurs that they can apply for these subsidies. And that is where I think we should work with the industry associations, and I'll request the help of associations like the SME Chamber of India to spread the word. Secondly, we find that many of the requests for subsidies come from a certain districts and doesn't come from certain other districts. Here again, it's a problem of awareness where we need to penetrate into areas where we have not been able to penetrate as far as the information about government schemes are concerned. Moving on from subsidies, if I come to infrastructure, again, Tamil Nadu Tamil Nadu government is one of the pioneers in creating many infrastructure schemes. Like we started, even among industrial estates, we were a pioneer, but today even plug and play, that is ready-made fitted factories. These kind of schemes are also we are implementing. For example, CITCO is, by June, it would put in place, it would open about 2.5 lakh square feet of plug and play facility in Chennai itself. There is an immense scope for associations to work with us in helping us design these schemes, sharing the cost of these schemes where we can share the profits as well. Even conventional industrial estates, there are schemes where government will assist a industry association which comes forward to set up by supporting such associations by a grant of 15 to 20 crores. But I find that even there, the number of applications we get from industry associations is very less. So I would encourage associations to come forward to create infrastructure, supplementing the efforts of government. We also subsidize mega cluster schemes where some associations come forward and say that I'll create common facility centers and we require a grant. On a case-to-case basis, we have enough schemes to take up assistance, provide assistance under these schemes as well. The third area where we can work together is the credit sector. We all know that probably the biggest challenge for the MSME sector is to get loans at affordable cost, and that too collateral-free loans. But a starting point for all that is formalization. We should ensure that our MSMEs are registered and comes under the formal sector, but unfortunately about 15 to 20% of our MSMEs only are registered. This calls for a massive drive for registration. We need to educate them, particularly the micro units, on the advantages of coming under the formal network. There are certain concerns which needs to be, we need to be convince them against. So here again is an area where associations and the government can work together. There are several areas like, other areas like marketing, buyer-seller meets. Here I would like to bring to the notice that there is an organization called FameTN that is facilitating MSMEs Tamil Nadu, which was earlier called MTIP, which is now getting very active in working with the industry associations in various parts of the state and outside the state to organize buyer-seller meets. And some of my officers from FameTN are also here. I hope during the day you would, my officers get an opportunity to interact with you and let you know how the FameTN can be of help. So there are so many such ways. I don't want to elaborate. Thank you. Once again, let me thank the three associations for organizing this meet, and thank you for this opportunity.
Now we are launching the Tamil Nadu Business Forum, a networking platform to explore emerging business opportunities. I request all the dignitaries to launch the Tamil Nadu Business Forum. Mr. Hansraj Verma, Mr. S. Krishnan, Mr. V. Arun Roy, Mr. Lee Ziobing Minister, Mr. Narendra Kumar Sharma, and Mr. V. Arun Roy. We are also launching Women Entrepreneur Development Council in Tamil Nadu State Board. A big round of applause. I request Jayashri ji, Vijay ji, Jayanti ji, Director Sakshi Kulkarni for this launch. A big round of applause for this launch. Mr. Lee Ziobing, Minister of Economic and Commercial Affairs of the People's Republic of China, Chinese Embassy in India, New Delhi, to address us. Welcome you, sir.
Very good morning. Honorable Additional Secretary, Mr. S. Krishna, and Mr. Hans Raj Verma, and Mr. V. Arun Roy, and Mr. Salonki. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. It's a great pleasure to attend this India Manufacturers and SME Summit. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the SME Chamber of India for putting together such a great event, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my views on strengthening China-India economic and trade cooperation. In 2022, although facing some challenges, China's economy remained robust and grew steadily. China's GDP reached 18 trillion US dollars, so solidifying its position as the second largest economy in the world. The total value of merchandise trade reached 6.26 trillion US dollars, and China has maintained as the largest country in the trade of goods for 6 consecutive years. In particular, exports amounted to 3.57 trillion US dollars, and the international market share of China's export market ranked first in the world for 14 years. Imports reached 2.69 trillion US dollars, which has exceeded 2 trillion constantly in the past 5 years. The use of foreign capital surpassed 189 billion US dollars, an increase of 8% from the previous years. Up to 2022, the cumulative actual investment of foreign capital in China has reached 2.68 trillion US dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, China and India are the only 2 countries in the world with a population exceeding 1 billion. As the 2 largest developing countries and the leading voice of emerging economies, China and India face similar opportunities and challenges in many fields. China's success in the economic and trade area depend on many factors. I personally think that ACT Act, which represents A for advantages, advantage of fully realizing a country's potential in a specific trade sector, C for complementarity between imports and exports, T for talent brought by foreign investment. These are several critical points for China's success in economic and trade development, especially for the constant, rapid progression in the manufacturing sectors. Next, please allow me to share a few points about how to strengthen China-India cooperation based on the points mentioned above and the experience I had from my field visit to several Indian cities after I came to India. Since I came to India a very short time, only 8 months. First, fully utilizing the country's comparative advantages, viewing trade in services and trade in goods from a strategic perspective. China's deficit in services trade has existed for a long time. Taking 2021 as an example, according to the data of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, China's service trade deficit globally for 2021 was 49.1 billion US dollars, while India was a surplus of 44.7 billion US dollars. The gap between the 2 countries in the net export of services is nearly 100 billion US dollars. However, China does not only focus on the deficit in the service sector, but continues to expand its leading position in trade in goods by continuing its comparative advantage and the right policies. China has successfully transformed from selling 800 million shirts to buying 1 Boeing aircraft at the beginning of its development to delivering the first large passenger aircraft in December 2022. By focusing on our advantages, China continues to expand its leading position in the manufacturing sector and consolidate its status as the world's factory. India's culture and services sectors are competitive on a global scale. I visited Mumbai in November last year and passed many Bollywood filming locations during my visit, such as Bandra Fort and Queen's Necklace. The well-developed film industry in Mumbai left a deep impression on me. Indian films, including Dangal or wrestling competition, Bajirangi Bhaijaan is the film's name. It's a movie in which a devotee of the Hindu deity embarks on a journey to take a mute 6-year-old Pakistani Muslim girl back to her hometown, very popular in China. And Bahubali, produced by South Indian Tollywood, is repeatedly shown in CCTV5. This is a major movie channels with the Chinese dubbing. China welcomes more high-quality Indian cultural products to be exported to China. In addition, as the world offers, India can fully utilize its advantages in service outsourcing by training more Chinese-speaking employees to deepen cooperation with World Factory, China. Second, focusing on the complementarity of imports and exports, viewing them from a comprehensive perspective. There's a close relationship between imports and exports. In 2021, China's top 5 trade deficit partners are Australia, South Korea, Brazil, Japan, and Switzerland, with a total deficit of around 250 billion US dollars. China's deficit with Australia alone reached about 100 billion US dollars. If just looking at the trade with the countries mentioned above, China seems to have suffered a loss. But if viewing imports and exports as a whole, imports from the above countries boosted China's exports. Australia's minerals and other raw materials provide the foundation for developing China's manufacturing sector and infrastructure, while machine tools and equipment imported from Japan and South Korea help Chinese companies to produce high value-added products and climb up the value chain. China's strong ability to export goods stems from its ability to obtain low-priced, high-quality imported products from countries all around the world. India's imports from China in 2022 increased by 21.7% compared to the previous year, which confirms the strong recovery of the Indian economy from the pandemic. Significantly, the increase in imports of intermediate goods reflects the vigorous development of India's manufacturing industry. I visited some Chinese enterprises in Pune and Ahmedabad, and although some equipment and materials in the factory are imported from China, the finished products are made in India. China-India trade should focus on more than just the number of the deficit, but not ignore the significance of Chinese goods reducing the cost of the finished products, benefiting downstream industries and consumers in India, enhancing the export competitiveness and helping India integrate into the global industry and the supply chain. China never deliberately pursued a trade surplus. The import volume of China in 2022 reached 2.7 billion US dollars. China, not only the world factory now, is becoming a world market, providing a big potential market for Indian companies. In fact, many products that the Indian side mentioned during the bilateral discussion, such as the broken rice and the frozen fish, have achieved a 100% increase in exports to China in 2022. By the way, the Chinese import market is a high, intensive competition market. If the Indian goods with high quality and a favorable price, they should find a good place in the Chinese market. Third, the value of the talent brought by foreign investment. Viewing the competition between foreign enterprises and domestic companies through a long-term perspective, actively attracting foreign investment and effectively protecting their rights is a major formula for China's success in achieving rapid development. In 2022, China's actual use of foreign capital reached 189.1 billion US dollars, of which, while the high-tech industries accounted for 36% of the actual use of it, foreign capital provides financial support for China's development and helps China achieve leapfrog development by introducing talents and expertise in management. Although opening the market to foreign enterprises may impact local industries, in the long run, it will also help domestic enterprises to improve their competitiveness. Taking China's smartphone industry as an example, Apple's revenue in China in the fourth quarter of 2022 alone reached 23.9 billion US dollars in China. But this did not affect the rise of China's local smartphone companies. In contrast, the competition fostered continued technological advancement in the sector. History is repeating itself right now in the field of electronic vehicles. We take Tesla, for example. Tesla's revenue in China reached $18.2 billion in 2022, and its growth rate exceeded 100% for the two last consecutive years in 2020 and 2021. Tesla's entry into the Chinese market has greatly promoted the improvement of the local supply chains and helped Chinese companies achieve global leadership in the fields of batteries and EVs. The Indian market has a vast potential and commercial entities from around the globe, including Chinese companies, and created a large number of jobs, but also improved the domestic supply chain and trained a lot of local talent, enabling Apple and other high-value industry chains to be established in India. However, at the same time, we are worried to see that India has introduced some unfriendly measures to Chinese companies in India, such as investment and visa restrictions. These measures are not only detrimental to the development of India, but also have a severe negative impact on the business environment. In Chennai alone, many Chinese enterprises that initially wanted to expand its production have postponed their plans. There is an old Chinese saying, "Great virtue is like a water." Economic and trade stability of the global supply chain. Ladies and gentlemen, India's G20 presidency this year is an excellent opportunity to showcase India's development and achievement. Just like the theme of the G20 announced by Honorable Prime Minister Modi, "One Earth, one family, one future." Mankind has become a closely related community of shared future. Countries have extensive converging interests and are mutually dependent. China and India should look at the general trend and have a long-term view, taking the opportunity of the G20 to strengthen cooperations. We should not overthrow the history of thousands of years of peaceful coexistence just because of some short-term negative events. The Chinese market is open to India, and we would like to see more high-quality Indian products exported to China. Many Indian companies have shown strong interest in participating in exhibitions such as the China International Import Expo. We welcome Indian companies, especially SME, to promote bilateral economic and trade cooperation between China and India to a new height. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sirs. Thank you so much. Now, may I call upon Mr. S. Krishnan, Additional Chief Secretary, Industries, Government of Tamil Nadu. We welcome you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. My senior colleague in the civil service, through Hansraj Verma, Chairman and Managing Director of the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation, through V. Arun Roy, Secretary to Government in the MSME Department, Mr. Chandrakant Salunke, Founder and President of the SME Chamber of India and of the Federation of Indian SME Associations, Mr. Narendra Kumar Sharma, General Manager of Indian Bank, Mr. Li Xiaobing, Minister for Economic and Commercial Affairs in the People's Republic of China's embassy in Delhi, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be present here with you this morning. I can assure you that while the difference or the distinction between having an industries department and an MSME department is purely an administrative arrangement, and we don't really observe these differences in great detail. It is unusual, honestly, for three of us to be present at an event of this nature, given the various other commitments that many of us have. And I think it is purely the plenary and convening ability of Mr. Salunke which brings us all here together this morning on one stage to address all of you. And like I pointed out, I think the distinction increasingly between micro, small, medium industries and the major industries or large industries is increasingly an artificial distinction. And frankly, even in administrative functioning, we don't very seriously observe that distinction. If you look at it, the State Industries Promotion Corporation of Tamil Nadu, SIPCOT, which runs about 26 industrial parks across the state and has close to about 30,000 acres or more under its control. Most of the industries functioning there are actually MSMEs, because in terms of sheer number of industries. Likewise, the Tamil Nadu Industrial Investment Corporation functions within the ambit of the Industries Department, but most of its lending portfolio is to MSMEs. So in that sense, I think there is a lot of organic linkage between the way that the departments function and the kind of services and facilitation that they offer to industry in the state. We recognize that MSMEs are the foundation of the strength of Tamil Nadu's manufacturing story. We have the largest absolute number of factories in the country, largest number of MSMEs, the largest organized industrial workforce, a substantial portion of which is employed in MSMEs. Therefore, the success of MSMEs is something which is very critical to the economy of the state. My colleague, Mr. Arun Roy, did point out the difficulties that MSMEs are facing currently and the various measures that the government is also trying to do to address the issues that they're facing. While pointing to the difficulties that they're facing, I think we also need to look at the opportunities that MSMEs actually have right now. In the old tax regime, there was always an incentive to stay small, to stay under the ceiling of the excise duty levy. If your turnover was below a particular limit, then you escaped the excise duty levy, therefore there was an advantage of staying small. With GST coming in, that advantage or that requirement is no longer relevant. Beyond a very basic small size, the size doesn't really matter. And the definition of MSMEs itself have changed, and the size has gone up to 50 crores in terms of capital invested and 250 crores in terms of overall turnover. So it is fairly big size, and I think the opportunities for MSMEs to grow and organically become large industries in themselves in India is huge, and most so in a state like Tamil Nadu. So I think the need to think big, the need to identify the opportunities to grow and manner in which the growth can take place is something that we need to focus on. Many of the initiatives Mr. Arun Roy listed, I would just like to focus on one or two other aspects. Most importantly, the area of technology. One area where MSMEs may have an issue is in accessing technology or in leveraging technology, particularly in the area of advanced manufacturing, so that they are able to scale up faster, they're able to produce prototypes faster, they're able to take care of their design requirements. It is with this objective in mind that in the Industries Department, we have promoted a number of entities which will support this. There are 3 centers of excellence which function in the tidal park with the support of the Tamil Nadu Industrial Development Corporation, TIDCO, which are primarily intended to support the design requirements of MSME, their training requirements in terms of advanced manufacturing, and any other requirement that they may have as a cluster service. I would encourage all businesses, particularly those who are in the manufacturing area, to avail of those cluster services which can really support you. Similarly, at Sriperumbudur and in Hosur, in the SIPCOT estates, we have promoted the SIPCOT Innovation Centers, 2 of them in association with Forge of Coimbatore, and there again similar services are on offer. More of these cluster services are being developed. Through TREAT in Trichy, we are offering similar cluster services. TIDCO is supporting that, TIIC is supporting that. Likewise, in Coimbatore, we are planning a large cluster common service facility. All of this is intended primarily to focus greater attention on manufacturing and in particular advanced manufacturing in Tamil Nadu. The Chinese Minister for Economic and Commercial Affairs presented us with a fascinating account of the Chinese economy, where it stands today. He pointed to the fact that China has this huge trade advantage, trade surplus in the trade of goods, whereas India enjoys a similar advantage, or not to the same scale, but a distinct advantage in terms of services. Now, Tamil Nadu as an economy is in a peculiar place. This is a state which likes a piece of every action. This is a state which likes to be in every segment of industry. Our strength today as an economy, we are the 2nd largest economy across India right after Maharashtra. The strength is fundamentally based on the fact that it's a very diversified industrial base. You have a presence across 15, 16 sectors of manufacturing. Likewise, we have a presence in services. Likewise, we have a presence in agro-linked industry as well. This gives us greater resilience. If one sector is not doing well, then another sector will do equally well. Mr. Lee also mentioned about the Bollywood industry. I can assure you that, you know, the tide is slightly turning. I understand that international hits now are made in the southern part of the country much more than in the western part. And one of the largest centers, particularly for the technology part of filmmaking, is actually in Chennai. So maybe you could visit and find out to yourself the culture industry in terms of films and filmmaking and so on. This presence across sectors is something that we want to preserve. A diverse industrial base in which at one end we are looking at large-scale employment in certain segments of manufacturing, like electronics, like footwear and so on, where there could be some competition with manufacturers in China, but I would look at it differently. I would say that we are taking a leaf out of your book. We are learning from you. A lot of the Chinese story of industrialization began in the southern coastal provinces of China, Guangdong and so on. We are in a southern coastal province of India, and the parallels are strong. So we would like to see that we have a strong presence in the manufacturing sector. We also equally have a strong presence in the advanced manufacturing and services sectors, research, development, life sciences, and so on. That is important because Tamil Nadu today has the highest enrollment in higher education across the country. It's almost twice the national average. We produce a large number of trained engineering graduates, graduates at higher levels. These are people who require meaningful jobs, jobs full of content, which is either in the services sector or in advanced manufacturing space. So our industrial strategy and our policies are oriented towards pushing in all of these directions and linking back into the SME sector, which is what sort of democratizes and decentralizes the entire industrialization story of the state, which is the other big strength. Unlike many other states in Tamil Nadu, in India itself, the regional spread of economic growth and industry is substantially more in Tamil Nadu. We have many centers where industrial growth happens. We have many locations where talent is available. We have many locations where we would like to see industrialization happen and non-agriculture jobs getting created. This requires MSMEs and a whole host of other players and stakeholders to come together along with the government, where the policy support of the government is available, along with financial institutions, banks, and along, most importantly, the entrepreneurs. Today, I don't say that it's wrong to support them. We have a great deal of support for startups, which is good, somebody wanting to set up a new business. But we also need to recognize that we need to support existing entrepreneurs in that entire process, particularly in the MSME sector. These are a set of policies, and this is a vision that we would like to fuel over the years and work with all the stakeholders to take the Tamil Nadu story forward. It was already alluded to the fact that we have a growth target of becoming $1 trillion state economy by 2030. And that requires a sustained growth in nominal terms of about 15% over the next 8 to 10 years, something which is quite achievable and conceivable. And we will continue to work in that direction. And in that growth story, the manufacturing story is going to be very important, and all of you are going to be very significant participants in that story. So continue to keep faith in Tamil Nadu as an economy, continue to make your investments here, continue to grow here, use the opportunity as SMEs to grow organically and build linkages even across countries. We now have interest from Japanese, from Korean, from German SMEs to actually come and invest in Tamil Nadu. We are very, very committed to permitting or very, very committed to enabling a lot of this growth and facilitating a lot of this growth. A key element of this story is also going to be things like plug-and-play facilities. We understand that SMEs require that a great deal. We are trying to work within the existing frameworks to see that even in the private sector, significantly larger number of plug-and-play facilities are created even in existing SIPCOT industrial estates. The policy permits that, and the policy is working towards that. We expect that this is a growth story which will continue. We will continue to collaborate in this direction. We are in this direction also having a global investors meet early next January. I would invite both the SME chamber and all the other delegates here to this event to participate in the growth story, a continuing growth story of Tamil Nadu, and definitely be a delegate to the global investors meet as well to see how this entire story unfolds. We are there to help you. We are there to facilitate whatever businesses you want to establish in Tamil Nadu. And I can assure you that there have been far more successful businesses established here, and businesses have thrived here, and we will continue to enable that to happen for all of you. Thank you very much for the very patient here.
Thank you, Mr. Krishnan. Very, very confidence, creating confidence amongst the industries and particularly SME sector. And this is the right thing we are looking from the government officials, because the level playing field and confidence will be provided by the government officials like you. And definitely entrepreneurs from from Tamil Nadu and out of Tamil Nadu will put efforts not only to improve the economic growth of the state but in nation. And this is a pride of us, particularly for the SME sector, to put efforts for the employment generation, put efforts to new entrepreneurship. Particularly, most of the entrepreneurs are facing problem that, new generation is not interested to continue the business, particularly family businesses. So that is also one most important. And third is, producing the quality products, not only for the local market, for the international market. So we are a trade partner of the China, and also the lot of, exporters are struggling to enter in Chinese market. We have set up India-China Business Council, which is recognized by the embassy. This is purely for supporting the Indian and Chinese companies to identify genuine partners, identify the quality product, identify the quality services. Similarly, we have also started India-Japan SME Business Council, which is recognized by the Japanese government and Indian government. So this platform is especially for the industries and SME sector to enhance the economic cooperation with the various countries. Being an office in Mumbai, particularly based in Mumbai, we have a lot of connections internationally. So I suggest, particularly the entrepreneurs sitting here, and especially to Arun Raiji, because when you are putting efforts for the connecting with the SME sector, creating the policy for the SME sector, we will play important role. And we can support you to enhance, the awareness program, connectivity with the entrepreneurs, because most of the entrepreneurs are aware that there is a policy, but you don't know how to avail it. There is a policy, but you don't know. There is a policy, you can take advantage, but you don't know, because of the capacity, because of the knowledge and connectivity. So friends, SME Chamber of India is a platform for you, for take advantage. And I'm thankful to all the three officers particularly for giving a confidence amongst us. Because SME sector looking moral support, level playing field, and especially banking sector, Sharmaji, without banks, SME will not grow, and without SME, not Tamil Nadu, even India will not grow. So let us give a big hand to the three officers, because this is a real combination. Verma Saab, Arun Raiji and Krishnan Saab attending this event. So thankful to all of you, particularly for the creating confidence and giving your advice to us. And definitely we can pursue and we can implement the suggestions given by you on behalf of the SME Chamber and the Federation of Indian Association. So friends, we will not take a break. So Mr. Sharma, you can continue this session with your presentation. Give a value addition, particularly the SMEs that are struggling to get funding. Without funding, we can't grow. So Indian Bank can play a very important role. So friends, I'm thankful to Gati, Indian Bank, S Bank, Bank of India, GoTo, Airtel Business, Tata AI, Raja, Vivruti, and also Tata Power for particularly supporting this important event, and looking forward your kind cooperation and support, and let us take advantage of this full day's conference. Thank you very much.